16th of December 2012, that horrific night, and the bestiality shown in the national capital shook the soul of this nation. Divergent from Swami Vivekananda and Mahatma Gandhi's idea of India, Nirbhaya changed us forever. Tonight, as India welcomes the capital punishment handed to the brutes of the apex court.
Yes, but what happened to Nirbhaya was humanly inconceivable. And in the words of the Honourable Justices itself, an act of bestiality, of mental perversion. We ask tonight, isn't every rape a rarest of rare crime? Shouldn't the society as a whole be collectively shocked every time a woman is sexually assaulted? Doesn't every act of brutality deserve capital punishment? Because despite the law, these brutes are walking on the streets and also in the confines of our homes. They just don't seem to understand. No means no. So if they don't, let's just hang them.
The casual manner with which she was treated and the devilish manner in which they played with her identity and dignity is humanly inconceivable. It sounds like a story from a different world where humanity has been treated with irreverence. The appetite for sex, the hunger for violence, the position of the empowered, and the attitude of perversity, to say the least, are bound to shock the collective conscience which knows not what to do. Words from the Supreme Court Nirbhaya verdict. The battle, fellow Indians, isn't over yet. Yes, after 5 years, tonight, justice has been delivered to Nirbhaya and her parents.
जिस दिन को हम लोगों को बेसब्री से इंतजार था, आज वो दिन आया और एक ऐतिहासिक फैसला भी आया। लेकिन आज ये जो फैसला भी आया है हमारे समाज के लिए एक संदेश है और ऐसे प्रकृति के जो लोग हैं उनके लिए एक सबक है।
As the bench concluded reading its 15-20 minutes pronouncement, the entire courtroom broke out in applause, and the bench made its mind very clear about the reasons why it is upholding death in the Nirbhaya case. They said that this case constituted a heinous offence where the collective conscience of society was shocked, and if this is a case which could not attract the death sentence, then no case perhaps could.
But as Asha Devi says, there is lots more to be done to ensure that no one else falls prey to this kind of brutality.
और हम यही उम्मीद करेंगे कि आगे ये लड़ाई यहीं खत्म नहीं हुई, हम लोग आगे भी मिलके अपने सिस्टम के खिलाफ, अपने इस क्राइम के खिलाफ आवाज उठाएंगे।
In December 2016, the entire country united in a cry for justice. When youngsters and elders came out together on streets. But 5 years on, have things changed? Are India's daughters safe from the monsters of perversion?
I'm happy that the verdict has been upheld, and I wish it had come sooner. But now that it's come, I'm happy.
In principle, I'm against the death penalty. But as far as the heinous crime is concerned and the maximum punishment which is there available on the statute books is concerned, certainly there was no issue at all of the court diluting the maximum punishment.
Justice Bhanumati says if this isn't rarest of rare, then we don't know what is. Yet tonight we ask, isn't every act of rape that unleashes physical and mental brutality deserving of death sentence? Bureau Report, Times Now.
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 2 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
So ladies and gentlemen, we ask tonight, why not death for all rapists? Isn't every rape, every sexual assault, every act where a woman is violated not a heinous crime, not a rarest of a rare crime? Why isn't our society collectively shocked at every incidence of rape? And why is it that rapists are not convicted immediately with expediency and brought to justice? Why did Nirbhaya's family have to wait for 5 years to get justice? Why did Bilkis Banos have to wait for 34 years? These are the questions that we'll try and deal with. But more importantly, what about death for rapists? Let's just do it blanket across. Any rape, if the conviction is proved, rarest of a rare crime. Good evening to our panelists, Risha Shetty, Shilpi Marwa, Sarvesh Kumar, Abbas Singh, Satyanath Sarangi, Tehseen Punawala, Karuna Nandi. But first, I'm going to go across to Asha Devi, mother of Nirbhaya, joining us from Delhi. Asha Devi ji, namaste. न्यूज़ आवर में रात को 10 बजे हमसे जुड़ने के लिए शुक्रिया। सबसे पहली बात, आज कोर्ट रूम में आप बैठी थी, दूसरे रो में पीछे बैठी थी जब फैसला सुनाया जा रहा था, सुनवाई हो रही थी। उस वक्त आप क्या सोच रही थी?
देखिए, उस टाइम जो हम 4.5 साल पहले जो हम निर्भया के साथ महसूस कर रहे थे, वही महसूस किए, क्योंकि जज साहब ने जो फैसला पढ़ रहे थे वही चीज़ों को वो दोहरा रहे थे, जो भी उनके साथ हुआ, जो भी क्राइम हुआ, तो हम वही महसूस कर रहे थे। और तब मुझे लगा कि नहीं, जो भी निर्भया के साथ क्राइम हुआ था, ओबियसली जज साहब ने उस पर ध्यान दिया, उसको पढ़ा, सबके समक्ष रखा, एक एक चीज़ रखा, बहुत बढ़िया से रखा। दोनों जज साहब ने, वो जो भानुमति जी, उन्होंने भी रखा और सबके समक्ष बहुत स्पष्ट रखा और फिर उन्होंने फैसला सुनाया। तो मुझे तसल्ली हुई कि कम से कम जो उस बच्ची के साथ घटना हुई थी, बर्बरता हुई थी, उन्होंने उसको देखा और समझा और फिर फैसला दिया। सबसे पहले मैंने वहाँ पे मन ही मन उनको नमन किया और यही कहा कि थैंक्स, आपने उस घटना को पढ़ा और समझा। और मैं यही कहना चाहती हूँ कि जो भी निर्भया के साथ घटना हुई थी, वो घटना हमारे समाज के लिए, हमारे सिस्टम के लिए एक चुनौती थी। और ये जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट में आज फैसला आया है, ये भी फैसला एक ऐतिहासिक है। हमारे समाज में एक बहुत बड़ा संदेश आएगा इसका, और खासकर उन मुजरिमों के जो अंदर हैं, बाहर हैं, उनके लिए एक बहुत बड़ा सबक है कि अगर न्याय में देर है, अंधेर नहीं है। अगर हम महिलाओं के साथ अगर गलत करेंगे तो हमको नहीं बख्शा जाएगा, हमें भी सजा मिलेगी।
आशा देवी जी, पिछले 5 सालों में जब से ये आपने लड़ाई शुरू करी है निर्भया के जस्टिस के लिए, हमने बहुत बार बात करी है। जब कुछ अच्छा होता था इस लड़ाई में लीगली, जब कोई सेटबैक मिलता था, तब जब दुख में भी आपसे बहुत बार बात करी है। और ये फ्रस्ट्रेशन जो पिछले 5 सालों में काफ़ी बार दिखा है आपके चेहरे पे, इस सिस्टम के साथ लड़ने के लिए, वो निर्भया के लिए जो जस्टिस था उसके लिए, अब आप इस मोड़ पे पहुंच गए हैं कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कह दिया है कि इनको मौत देनी चाहिए। जो इन्होंने किया है ऐसा कोई भी इंसान नहीं कर सकता। सोच समझ में भी नहीं आता है कि कैसे कोई इंसान कर सकता है, और इनके लिए तो मौत ही सही चीज़ है, यही इनकी सज़ा है। क्या आपको लगता है कि आगे कभी ऐसा ना हो, ये लॉ में हो जाना चाहिए कि इस तरह की अगर ब्रूटैलिटी हो और किसी भी लड़की के साथ ऐसा रेप हो तो उसके लिए यही सज़ा हो? क्यों 5 साल लड़ाई की जाए, क्यों लाइफ सेंटेंस की या 10 साल की भी सज़ा की बात की जाए?
देखिए, सबसे पहले तो मैं हर रोज़ यही दुआ करती हूँ कि किसी के साथ ऐसा ना हो। जो दुख हमने देखा किसी को ना देखना पड़े। लेकिन अगर किसी बच्ची के साथ, किसी महिला के साथ अगर ये ऐसी घटना होती है तो किसी हालात में उन मुजरिमों को बख्शना नहीं चाहिए, छोड़ा जाना नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि ये कहने को तो हर रोज ये हो रहा है। एक छोटा सा शब्द है रेप, लेकिन हमें, हमारे समाज को, हमारे न्यायपालिका को इस छोटे से शब्द का अफेक्ट समझना होगा कि जिस बच्ची के साथ होता है, जिस परिवार में होता है, उसको माहौल में, घर में, बाहर क्या फेस करना पड़ता है। तो ये सब चीजों को देखना होगा। हमें मीडिया और चैनल के डिबेट से हटके हम सब लोगों को इस पे विचार करना होगा और इस पे काम करना होगा, तभी हम जाके समाज में एक अपने बच्चों को अच्छा माहौल दे पाएंगे।
आशा देवी जी, आज जब सजा सुनाई गई, कोर्ट रूम में तालियों की गूंज थी और कई लोग थे ऐसे जो आपको पहचानते भी नहीं थे। कई लोग थे जिनको ये नहीं मालूम था कि आप निर्भया की मां हैं, आप उनके परिवार से जुड़ी हैं, पर वो वहाँ आए थे सुनवाई के लिए। वो आए थे ये देखने के लिए कि कोर्ट क्या सज़ा सुनाती है, और उसके बाद वहाँ तालियों की गूंज थी। आप चाहेंगे कि पूरा देश इस गूंज को कभी सुने और समझे, और अब न्यायपालिका और जो पुलिस है, जो प्रशासन है, वो अब ये समझे कि कोई भी इस तरह का दुर्व्यवहार अगर करे तो उसको समाज में रहने का कोई अधिकार नहीं।
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल यही होना चाहिए। आज हमने यही महसूस किया। आज क्या बार जो 2012 में घटना हुई थी, तभी भी निर्भया को कोई नहीं जानता था, हमें कोई नहीं जानता था, फिर भी लोगों ने एकजुट होके निष्पक्ष भाव से, तन मन से संघर्ष किया और एक ही आवाज उठाई कि इस क्राइम के खिलाफ आवाज उठनी चाहिए, उन मुजरिमों को फांसी होनी चाहिए, उस बच्ची को इंसाफ मिलना चाहिए। मैं सबसे पहले तो उन सभी लोगों को, सभी कॉलेज के बच्चों को, लड़के लड़कियों को, सभी समाज के लोगों को, सभी अपने मीडिया भाई बहन को, सबको हाथ जोड़ के बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूं कि आज उस संघर्ष के वजह से आप लोगों ने हमारे साथ तन मन से जुड़े रहे, हमारे मुहिम में जुड़े रहे। इस वजह से आज हम इस मुकाम पे पहुंचे हैं कि निर्भया को सुप्रीम कोर्ट में इंसाफ मिला और आगे भी उनको फांसी पे लटकेंगे और निर्भया को सच्ची श्रद्धांजलि मिलेगी।
जी, यही जो आपने ये जो मैसेज दिया है, और मुझे लगता है आशा देवी जी, आज 5 साल के बाद के संघर्ष के बाद ये जो डिसीजन मिला है, ये जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने डिसाइड किया है, इसकी तो हमें इसको वेलकम करना ही चाहिए। लेकिन देश के लिए अभी संघर्ष ख़त्म नहीं हुआ है, और मुझे पता है आप हर बार यही एक जो है बात कहती हैं कि आगे लड़कियों की सुरक्षा का हमें सोचना है और नियमों को बदलना है और समाज के जो सोच है उसको बदलना है। और इसीलिए हम आज आपसे इस बारे में बात करना चाहते थे, क्योंकि आज यही हमारी डिबेट है यहाँ पे आशा जी, और हम दूसरे लोगों से भी ये बात करें कि क्यों नहीं किसी भी रेपिस्ट को, जो किसी के भी साथ, किसी लड़की के साथ ऐसा व्यवहार करे, उसको क्यों भी जीने का हक क्यों हो। तो आप प्लीज़ अगर हो सके तो आज रहिए हमारे साथ। आशा देवी जी, ये सवाल हम दूसरों के पास अब रखेंगे, एंड विल जस्ट ट्राई एंड ब्रिंग इन अदर व्यूज हियर। तुषार, आई वांट टू स्टार्ट विद यू। शुड देयर बी एनी अदर?
देखिए, मैं तो पहले भी कहती थी, आज भी कह रही हूँ जी, कि अगर किसी को 2 गोली मार दो, वो सामने दिखता है कि नहीं उनको 2 गोली लग गई है, लेकिन किसी महिला के साथ अगर गलत व्यवहार होता है, रेप होता है, बलात्कार होता है, उसका दर्द किसी को नहीं दिखता है। उसी बच्ची को महसूस होता है जिसके साथ होता है, उसके परिवार को महसूस होता है कि हमारे साथ क्या हुआ है। हमें इस चीज को समझना होगा, हमारे समाज को समझना होगा, हमारे न्याय प्रणाली को समझना होगा, हमारे पुलिस व्यवस्था को समझना होगा कि इस छोटे से शब्द का क्या मतलब है जी, और हमें सब लोगों को मिलके इस चीज पे, इस समस्या का हल निकालना होगा। और जो भी ऐसा क्राइम करता है उसको फांसी से कम सजा तो बिल्कुल नहीं होनी चाहिए।
बिल्कुल,
उसके जीने का कोई हक नहीं है, उसको समाज में रहने का कोई हक नहीं है।
बिल्कुल सही कहा आपने आशा देवी जी, और आपने जो बात दोहराई है, आपने जो बात कही है, एज आई ओपन अप द डिबेट टू आवर अदर पैनलिस्ट्स एंड त्रिशा, you know, we'll come across to you. The state of Punjab versus Gurmeet Singh and others, 1996, and this is what is the observation. Rape is not merely physical assault. It is often destructive of the whole personality of the victim. A murderer destroys the physical body of his victim. A rapist degrades the very soul of the helpless female. The courts, therefore, shoulder a great responsibility while trying an accused on charges of rape. This is in 1996 that the courts had observed. So today, what Asha Devi ji is saying in 2017, छोटा सा शब्द है रेप, लेकिन किसी की हत्या से बड़ा क्राइम है ये।
You know, I work with rape survivors, children who've been sexually assaulted and raped before they even know what definition of rape is. They've been raped, and I can tell you that this is an entire system that's failing us. So to just say, I deeply sympathize with Asha Devi, and I do believe that in this case, justice was rightly served and the death penalty was very well deserved to these people. But also look at what's happening. The Women's Safety Helpline number doesn't work. We've set up fast track courts. They've tried lesser cases in 2015 than they did in 2014. We're talking about, even at this stage, comprehensive sex education needs to be in schools and colleges, and we just need an overall system change where we sensitize people on how to handle such cases of assault, where we don't ostracize victims, we rehabilitate them truly, and have measures in place that can account for that. Till date, rape survivors are directed to government hospitals, not private hospitals. I mean, at every level, at every system, they are re-victimized. So I think we need to, not just look at death penalty, but look at the other, look at the other nuances to this issue as to what is contributing to the significant.
That doesn't bother the human rights lobbies. That doesn't bother the naysayers who come out batting for the accused and coming out and saying, oh, it is so unhumanly, death penalty. It is so against violation of human rights.
I do want to stress just a little here that our law of the land clearly states that the death penalty can be awarded only in the rarest of rare cases. I do not think that we can sit here and say that, every rapist should be awarded with death sentence. I think there has to be other rehabilitative measures in place. If you think about the Juvenile Justice Act, juveniles in conflict with law are kept in the same rehabilitation facility as juveniles in need of care and protection. So we have so many systems in place that are failing our society miserably.
Exactly.
We need to look at all of it. Just awarding death sentence, I do not think will serve as a
When so many systems are failing, you have to come out with something else. Because for how long have we gone on by saying, oh, sensitize the police, oh, fix the helpline, oh, ensure they reach on time, or light up your streets, teach your sons, change the mindset. Now that can be, we can still do that. But look at the number of rapes, look at the kind of brutality, and it's getting uglier by the crime. No, because they have no fear. They think they can get away with it. They think they can get away not just by raping a woman, by brutalizing her to that extent. But before we go on to our other panelists, I just want to say, Asha Devi ji, बहुत ही लंबा दिन भी रहा है, बहुत लंबा संघर्ष रहा है आपके लिए. हम नहीं आप चाहते कि आप और अभी बैठे हैं, और मुझे दिख रहा है कि आप कितनी थकी हुई हैं. शायद आपको 2 मिनट का चैन मिल सके आज. तो थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग अस, एंड थैंक यू कि आपने ये मैसेज पूरे देश को हमारे थ्रू बताया है कि डेथ पेनल्टी ज़रूरी है, इन लोगों को रोकना है तो ये संघर्ष करना पड़ेगा, और पूरे देश को साथ में बैठ के सोचना पड़ेगा कि बदलाव कैसा लाया जाए. आशा देवी जी, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर जॉइनिंग अस. अगर आप चाहें कि आपको रेस्ट लेना है तो थैंक यू फॉर जॉइनिंग अस फॉर नाउ.
Well, but she's welcome to stay on with the debate. आशा देवी जी, अगर आप हमारे साथ बने रहना चाहती हैं तो you're most welcome. बट हमें बताया गया है कि आप थकी हुई हैं, आप आराम करना चाहती हैं, तो अगर आप डिबेट छोड़ना चाहें, you're welcome. If you want to stay, please welcome, क्योंकि you're more than welcome, क्योंकि सब आपकी बात आज सुनना चाहेंगे. I'm just going to open this across to our other guests and we leave it to Asha Devi ji whether she wants to stay on or she wants to.
मैं ठीक हूँ, आप जो भी पूछना चाहते हैं आप पूछिए.
बहुत बढ़िया आशा देवी जी, तो आप बने रहिए. चलिए इस मुद्दे पे आप थोड़ा और खुल के जोर से बात करें, क्योंकि हमसे कहा गया था कि आप थोड़ा थकी हुई हैं, पर मैं बहुत खुश हूं कि आप रुक रही हैं. और पूरा देश जानना चाहेगा कि आपके विचार क्या हैं, क्योंकि आज हमारे साथ बहुत लोग हैं जो ये कहते हैं कि शायद इनको माफ कर देना चाहिए. शायद ये लोग जो ऐसी बर्बरता करते हैं उनके साथ उनके लिए डेथ पेनल्टी, उनको फांसी की सजा सुनाना गलत है। और कुछ ऐसी आवाजें हैं जो हमारे साथ जुड़ी हैं। करुणा नंदी, लेट्स स्टार्ट विद यू। नाउ दिस इज द आर्गुमेंट अ मदर इज मेकिंग। There are others who are still waiting for justice. Family of Bilkis Banu, Imrana rape case, Soumya murder case, Ashiana gang rape case, Shakti Mills gang rape, Kamduni gang rape case, Aruna Shanbag case, Anjana Mishra case, all these cases where these people are still bearing the trauma of this brutality day after day after day. But those who are the perpetrators haven't been given the capital punishment. How is that fair?
I think this is an important tape because there is a way in which this case was handled. The prosecution was excellent. The forensic labs came into play, and it was much faster than most cases, from trial court all the way to Supreme Court, with everything being done really well. And even this judgment is deals with all the evidence in great detail. So I think this is a really important, this aspect I think is a really important success for our justice system and the kind of closure it brings. And Asha Devi ji also has been a very inspiring figure in so many ways, because she has supported, the way she supported her daughter in terms of her education, in terms of her freedoms, was I think deeply, and was very deeply feminist, and it was very inspiring, I think, for a lot of people, because so many people she was every woman. This young woman was every woman, and we all identified with her, Now, coming to the death penalty. Now, it's a bit of a myth that the death penalty now may only be passed in the rarest of rare cases. As of last year, it can be repeated for any and all repeat cases of rape. So this sort of desire that many people in our country, including you, have for the death penalty is should be partially satisfied. Also, the death sentence is more likely for repeat rape than murder, because it doesn't specify there that it is for the rarest of rare, right? It doesn't specify that in the statute. Now, I think you read out something about the woman, a weak woman, helpless woman, losing her, losing everything because she was raped, and is worse than murder. I think the Zinda Lash business has to go. Because if you look at Bilkis Banu, if you look at a lot of women, if you look at Sohela Abdullali, you see women who have been assaulted, whose beings have been assaulted, and who have been strong and who have carried on. And it is much better that they lived and they did not die, and nobody else can decide that they should have died. The Zinda Lash idea, firstly, that must go.
No, but this is all from the perspective. No, this is all from the perspective of the person, the survivor. No, Karuna Nandi, Abha Singh, I am talking about why is it's always all about the person who's been assaulted. Why is it that that person has to undergo the shame along with the trauma and also bear the assault? Because in our society, the other day we had a case. We had a case of a 16-year-old who was a sexual assault survivor, denied admission in a school in Delhi, saying you are a wrong influence. Now that's where we are as people. So that's where and we have politicians who come out and say boys will be boys, they will rape. So now if that has to change, something drastic has to happen, and that's why we are saying just hang them. You condemn a few of these to the gallows, perhaps there will be the fear of life. See, because nothing else seems to be a deterrent, Abha Singh.
In fact, after Nirbhaya case, Justice Verma Commission specifically said that rape should be treated as a crime.
Coming back to you.
Justice Verma clearly said that rape should be treated as a crime, not as a sense of shame, and that is what we have to aim and ensure. So I think today when death penalty comes, it clearly shows that rape is a heinous crime, that gang rape is even worse, and with murder, and that is why death penalty is required, because the message has to go that it is a crime and it will be dealt seriously. And people who have been talking callously about it, for them also it is time to shut up their mouth and know that a rape is a crime and it will be dealt like that. Even when the amicus curiae came and said that there were procedural lapses and hence there should not be death penalty, they should know that procedure is just a handmaid of justice. Procedure is there to ensure justice is dealt out, not to deny justice. So I would definitely say for the humanitarians that the time has come, a strong law is required, because today Deterrence is what criminal jurisprudence also talks of. When you have around, for 800 people, you have one cop who cannot reach everywhere. So it is this fear of the law which is going to protect our women.
Yes, and
today,
that distinction, Abha,
and one more thing, today if death penalty was not given, this is the most watched case world over, and in every village of India, it would have emboldened the rapist, it would have emboldened the criminals.
Absolutely. And Karuna, this is the differentiation, in fact, that I was also going to say to the point that you made. Now, what Anand had read out before that was actually part of a judgment. So that is what the judge in that specific order had quoted. So while I do agree with you that this whole idea of, oh, you have been shamed for life, or that you have to continue living your life like a dead soul, should not be even spoken about, because you have to tell every survivor out there to fight back and lead their life and move on from that. But does that mean that the person, the monster who's committed that crime, should also be allowed to lead that kind of a life? Why? Why should they not be taught a lesson? And I'm not even talking about an eye for an eye here. But this is unacceptable. That brutality cannot be let go of, saying that, oh, because the survivor is moving on, let them serve 2 years or 5 years in jail and move on as well. How can that be a deterrent for everybody else who thinks out there, oh, I can get away with it because, well, let's look at the statistics. Out of the 1,300 capital punishments that have been given in the past, between a period of 10 years, only 4 were actually finally hung. Those are the statistics. Where is this deterrent really happening then? That is the question we are asking. Now, we can all sit here and speak about the rights of even the accused or the criminal or the monster or the pervert, as we would want to call these people. But what rights? You took away that right when you started behaving in an uncivilized manner, in a manner that nobody really knows should be part of humanity. Tehseen Poonawalla, that is the big question. Why should we be defending their right to any kind of life?
First of all, absolute salute to Asha Devi ji. She's such an inspiration to all of us here. And just before the show, I was talking to Trisha, and I know Karuna as well a little bit personally. And I know that, you know, all of us who are sort of liberals, we look up to Asha Devi because she's been such an inspiration. Now, I presume the topic of your debate is how do we ensure that people who assault women, rape women, make sure that justice is given to them. And I think I take off from where Trisha left.
How do you make sure nobody even thinks of doing it? How do you make sure nobody next thinks of doing it? You set an example like that. I don't know if times now anybody has the power. I don't know if times now anybody has the power to control people's thoughts. I didn't know that technology exists. But if I can speak on legal and societal powers, then I think that's a little more that I would like to focus on. So if you want to ensure justice is delivered, I think first and foremost, what is the most important thing is what Anand said rightly, and I think where Trisha took off from is, or Karuna, I'm not sure, is stop blaming the girl. The girl, the victim, cannot be blamed for what goes wrong. I think this is a major societal change all of us need in mindset. Yes.
We tend to blame the victim.
I already addressed
and it's not
that.
Just in cases of rape.
And that wasn't the question or the point that I came to you for.
But
I already addressed that.
Point number two.
And I think we are all on the same page. Nobody here sitting here on this panel tonight at least is going to say that any rape survivor should continue living a life of shame.
Now, when you move to the next step, the biggest deterrent against rape would be immediate and scientific investigations and quick closure of cases and quick justice. Nirbhaya case, Asha Devi's here, was fast-tracked. Even in a fast-tracked case, it took us 5 years to deliver justice. Imagine those countless women, those tribal women, those Dalit women, those poorest of poor women who absolutely have no chance to get justice. Justice is delayed, and as the maxim goes, justice delayed is justice denied.
So
we need to ensure scientific justice, quick justice.
That's why we are saying that if you are able to... I agree with you in terms of... I agree with you in terms of the investigation, scientific investigation, DNA collection. I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with any of the points that you made.
And stop victim shaming.
No, we're not.
And stop victim shaming.
What we are saying is just hang the culprit.
Why don't you
just
go
hang
and
the
tell the
culprit.
netas that
We are talking about the accused. We are not talking about. And stop calling them victims.
They are the brand ambassadors of victim shaming.
Stop calling them victims. Stop calling them victims. We don't believe that they are victims. We believe they are survivors. We believe they are survivors. We believe they are survivors, and if they have, and if they lose their life,
it would not be a deterrent. So I just think that, you know, all this talking without any interest in actual crime, without any sort of knowledge about the way it works, I think is deeply problematic.
जी, मैं यही कहना चाहती हूँ कि जब भी घटना होती है तभी यही लड़ाई झगड़ा चैनल पे होता है। आज एक बच्ची को इंसाफ की बात आई, इंसाफ मिला, तभी वही हो रहा है। लेकिन मैं इन लोगों से पूछना चाहती हूँ कि क्या ये किसी रेप विक्टिम से मिले हैं? क्या इनके परिवार में किसी के साथ रेप हुआ है? अगर होगा तभी भी ऐसे करेंगे? या कभी इन्होंने हमसे मिलके हमसे पूछा कि हम कैसे जीते हैं, हम कैसे फेस करते हैं इस दुनिया को? मैं नंदी जी को भी जानती हूँ, आभा जी को भी मैं जानती हूँ। इनको अपनी पब्लिसिटी चाहिए। अगर इनके परिवार में इनके बच्ची के साथ, इनके खुद के साथ जब रेप होगा तब इनको पता चलेगा कि रेप की सजा क्या होनी चाहिए और रेप की हेल्प क्या होनी चाहिए और उस मुजरिम को फांसी होनी चाहिए या छोड़ देना चाहिए।
सर्वेश कुमार,
इनके परिवार में इनके साथ खुद होगा तब ये चैनल पे आके
this is a mother speaking।
के साथ हमारे साथ रेप हुआ है, हमें इंसाफ दीजिए।
जी, आशा देवी जी,
कभी भी 2-2 साल 2-2 महीने के बच्चियों के साथ रेप हुआ है, कभी उससे ये मिली हैं? कभी जाके मिली हैं? कभी हमसे 5 साल में मिली कि हाँ निर्भया की माँ तुम कैसी हो?
बिल्कुल सही बात।
इन लोगों को तो शर्म आनी चाहिए। इन लोगों के वजह से समाज में अपराध हो रहा है। जब तक ऐसे लोगों की सोच नहीं बदलेगी तब तक हमारी बच्चियां, हमारी महिलाएं कभी सुरक्षित नहीं होंगी।
मैं आपकी
सबकी फैमिलीज में ये हुआ है। ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, ये बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है जानना कि हम सबकी फैमिलीज, हम सबके परिवारों में ये होता है और हम सबके परिवारों में ये बातें होती हैं और एक बार नहीं होती, बहुत बार होती हैं। लेकिन बात यह है कि इस बात का हल
लेकिन फिर
yet you say Karuna that we don't need a stronger deterrent।
लेकिन दूसरी तरफ से वो
इतना ज्यादा प्रेवलेंट है आज की दुनिया में, इतना आसान हो गया है किसी के साथ भी ये करना, और आप फिर भी ये कह रहे हो करुणा कि इसके लिए कड़ी सजा नहीं होनी चाहिए।
Tanvi, can I say something? You know, I know.
Yeah, just 1 minute because I asked that question. Just allow Karuna to respond to that question and then you. Because you have to respond to what Asha Devi said.
She will say whatever she wishes, and that is absolutely her right. But I find that, you know, that you and Anand, the line that you are going in and the line that you are pushing will actually, you know, if all the data shows, for example, the RISE study, which looks at health data, that the highest number of rapes that happen are by husbands. If you define rape as non-consensual sex where the woman says no.
Well, I am going all out. I am going all out tonight. So,
are you going to
no, Karuna, I am not pulling any punches. Nobody is pulling any punches. That's why at the top of the show, I said walking on the streets and in the confines of our homes. If you want, we will read that out again for our viewers tonight. That's where I started. That if people don't understand no means no, then just hang them. And I'm going out there and I'm telling this, I'm saying this.
Second thing, there we are.
No, I'm saying this. I'm saying this because in our society, even today, when I read about that 16-year-old school student denied admission in a school, saying that she will be a wrong influence on the students of the school because she is a survivor, Karuna, I realized that in our society, in 2017, we still shame the raped. We still shame the victim. We still shame the survivor. We still shame their families. Every day. When Asha Devi speaks today as an emotional outburst, she is not being personal with you. It is her emotion that is coming out and speaking. It is her emotion that comes out and says, only the parents, only the family knows what they go through. Only the family knows how much they have to endure, and that is true.
I think if you carefully ask in your own family, if we all carefully ask in our own families, we will find there's a lot of sexual assault.
And exactly the point. Just because it's so prevalent, Karuna, doesn't mean that we allow people to get away with it. That's the whole point. It's become so prevalent and widespread. It's a menace that has to be fought with. But Tehseen Poonawalla, Asha Devi ने एक important point उठाया. Please, you have to explain to us why are you still defending?
Samas was involved in the law. That is being rolled back.
Karuna just bringing in our other panelists. Tehseen will join us in just a bit. Shilpi has not spoken.
The law that came out of this incident is now being rolled back.
No, Karuna. The point is, unless there is something really severe and drastic that is done, and those who are convicted, those who are caught, there is no mercy for them. I do not know how this society will learn. How this society will learn that no means no, that you have got no business violating a woman. You've got no business violating anyone. Why not? Why just a woman? Be even a man. You've got no business violating anyone. You've got no business brutalizing anyone. You've got no business assaulting anyone. And that message has to be, if you're going to hang them. Let's hang a few of them. We don't need such elements in society. We already are a billion plus population. We can do with some of these perverts out of our society. And I'm being very honest upfront about this tonight, Karuna. Shilpi, coming to you, and also Sarvesh. Yeah, you're there in the studio, so after Shilpi, Sarvesh. Yes.
आशा जी बिल्कुल सही कह रही हैं, जिसके साथ हुआ है वही समझ सकता है उसका दर्द कितना है। हम लोग यहाँ पर जिंदा बैठे हैं, ठीक है। ज्योति हमारे परिवार से नहीं थी, हमने समझने की कोशिश की, 5 साल दिन रात उन्होंने जिया है। अभी भी हम कह रहे हैं कि सो व्हाट, कॉम्पनसेशनरी मिला है कि 5 साल बाद जाके 4 लोगों को मिला है। एक ने सुसाइड कर लिया, एक खुला घूमेगा अभी भी। अब इसके बाद अगर एक माँ ये बात कह रही है कि मेरे को प्रॉब्लम है, आप नहीं समझ पा रहे, क्योंकि वो जो रोज देखिए पेनिट्रेशन ना दिमाग के अंदर होता है और वो पूरे परिवार के साथ होता है, क्योंकि आप रोज उस चीज से गुजरते हैं जिससे आप गुजरना नहीं चाहते। एक ज्योति जिंदा नहीं बची, वो विक्टिम थी, वो जिंदा नहीं बची, अधनंगी सड़क पे पड़ी रही। आज 4 लोगों को फांसी मिली, उनका क्या, जिन लोगों ने उस अधनंगा देखा और आगे बढ़ गए, जिसके बारे में हम सोच भी नहीं रहे हैं, ठीक है। जो सर्वाइवर्स हैं, जो जिंदा बच जाते हैं, ठीक है, वो जिंदा लाश नहीं होते, लेकिन सोसाइटी जो है उन सर्वाइवर्स को विक्टिम बनाने में कई बार कोई कमी नहीं छोड़ती, चाहे वो कैरेक्टर पे सवाल हो, चाहे वो रोज फास्ट ट्रैक कोर्ट होते हुए 5 साल लग जाए एक व्यक्ति को। ज्योति के जाने के बाद, जब ज्योति नहीं रही तो उसकी मदर है आशा जी, क्या 5 साल रोज रात को वो रोई नहीं होंगी। एक तो बच्ची की सडन डेथ, ऊपर से वेट कर रहे हैं कि क्या होगा, उसके बीच में एक व्यक्ति रिहा हो गया। देखिए, मैं इस केस में बिल्कुल अगेंस्ट नहीं हूं, इसमें कैपिटल पनिशमेंट होनी चाहिए थी, दे डिजर्व इट। आपके सोचते हैं वो बाहर निकलेंगे तो वो बिल्कुल बदल जाएंगे कि अब अच्छा अब हम नहीं करेंगे, हमसे गलती होगी, हमने पश्चाताप कर लिया, बिल्कुल ऐसा नहीं हो सकता। लेकिन इसके आगे भी हमें सोचने की बहुत जरूरत है कि जो लोगों ने देखा उस बच्ची को अधनंगा पड़ा हुआ, जितने घंटे वो पड़ी रही, क्या पता कोई वक्त पे उसे पहुंचा देता अस्पताल तो वो बच्ची बच जाती। उनके बारे में सोचने की जरूरत है। कास्ट्रेशन और रेप, इन दोनों से अगर सॉल्व होता है वी शुड गो अहेड विद इट, लेकिन उसके आगे सोचने की बहुत जरूरत है कि इसके अलावा हमें क्या क्या करना चाहिए कि एक बलात्कार हो ही ना।
मैं आपकी बात मानता हूं, बहुत सारी इश्यूज है। तहसीन भी अभी बात कर रहे थे, तहसीन भी अभी बात करते हैं। इन्वेस्टिगेशन जिस तरह से होती है, जिस तरह से एविडेंस कलेक्शन होता है, जिस तरह से रिपोर्टाज होती है, रिस्पॉन्स होता है, एज अ कलेक्टिवली एज अ सोसाइटी एंड द सिस्टम में इतनी सारी खामियां हैं। लेकिन एक बात है, जिससे पहले निर्भया का जो हादसा हुआ सर्वेश, उससे पहले 7 साल की सजा हुआ करती थी। 7 साल में वो व्यक्ति सजा याफ्ता करके बाहर आ जाएगा, उसके बाद क्या, वो फिर खुलेआम सोसाइटी में घूमेगा, फिर किसी पर आक्षेप करेगा। पर जिसके साथ ये हुआ हादसा होता है, जिंदगी भर वो नहीं छूटता है। आप कहीं ना कहीं ढाढ़स बांध लेते हैं, कहीं ना कहीं आप अपने अंदर इतनी हिम्मत जता लेते हैं कि आप इसको झेल सके दिन ब दिन, बट वो हर रोज हर वक्त आपके जहन में रहता है। और जिस तरह से अभी आशा जी थोड़ी देर पहले बोली, वो इस बात का इसको एकदम दर्शाता है, रूपांतरण था वो इस बात का कि जिस पर बीतती है वही जानता है। और उससे जाकर पूछो कि सामने वाले को क्या सजा होनी चाहिए, तो वो यही कहेगा कि सबसे कड़ी सजा जो है हमारे लीगल सिस्टम में वो दी जाए, और सबसे कड़ी सजा आज सजाए मौत है। तो मैं इसीलिए कह रहा हूं कि जो भी ये हरकत करता है उसकी जरूरत नहीं है हमें। Sarvesh, that's the point I'm saying. We don't need these mindsets. We don't need these people. They don't have any human rights because they are inhuman, sir. Let's just do away with them. 100%. We don't need. We already have. We have too many of us. So let the right people be there in this idea 100%. Of India. Let these perverts get out.
Yes. When we talk about mental perversion, I also feel that people who are shouting today and they are saying that whatever justice has been done is not a justice, I think they are also mentally pervert, and people like those are promoting these things. आशा देवी का दर्द बोल रहा था, जो उनकी पेन है उनके ये वहीं तक सीमित नहीं रहता जिसके साथ ये घटना घटती है. It goes to the entire family, entire society and everybody who is associated with that person. And 1500 से ऊपर दिनों तक जो रोज सुबह ये उठती थी, आशा जी के साथ मैं जुड़ा हुआ हूँ, उनके ट्रस्ट में मैं जनरल सेक्रेटरी हूँ, हम लोग साथ काम करते हैं. वो हर सुबह कहती है कि मैं हर सुबह टूटती हूँ और फिर हिम्मत करके उठती हूँ. I want to know that how many people out of these hundreds and of millions of people in this country has the courage to fight and stand again like आशा जी. किसी के पास वो ताकत है क्या? जब ऐसे लड़ने वाली महिला जिनके साथ हजारों नहीं करोड़ों लोग जुड़े हुए थे, उनको 1500 से ज्यादा दिन लग गया जस्टिस लेने में, और वो भी जस्टिस की अभी खुशबू आई है, अभी जस्टिस आई नहीं है. वी हैव जस्ट गॉट द फ्लेवर ऑफ जस्टिस. जस्टिस इज येट टू कम. एंड राइटली सेड व्हेन शी वाज टॉकिंग,
आई नहीं है. लेकिन आप देखिए कि आपके साथ जो डिबेट कर रहे हैं तो वो कह रहे हैं कि उनको फांसी नहीं होनी चाहिए, उनको सजा नहीं होनी चाहिए. लेकिन मैं ये पूछती हूँ, ये नहीं है कि एक बच्ची के साथ, एक महिला के साथ एक दिन रेप हो गया और उससे उसकी जान छूट गई. उसके साथ घर में रेप होता है, उसके साथ समाज में रेप होता है, उसके साथ कोर्ट में रेप होता है, उसके साथ हर जगह रेप होता है, सालों साल होता है. अगर 10 साल फैसला नहीं आया तो 10 साल रेप होता है. तो ऐसे लोग ऐसा क्यों सोचते हैं? अगर उनको फांसी नहीं होनी चाहिए, सजा नहीं होने चाहिए, तो सबसे उनको ऐसे लोग जो ऐसे सवाल उठाते हैं, पहले इस पे उनको काम करना चाहिए. ऐसा माहौल पैदा करना चाहिए कि किसी महिला को, किसी बच्ची को वो छेड़े ना. अगर ऐसी घटना ही नहीं होगी, ऐसी बर्दाश्त नहीं होगी, तो क्यों किसी को फांसी मिलेगी?
बिल्कुल सही कहा, बिल्कुल सही कहा. और यही बात है, जब इतना हो रहा है तो किसी के मन में डर ही नहीं रहा है. उनको किसी के मन में ये भी नहीं रहा कि आप दूसरे पे क्या बीत रही है, आप उनके साथ क्या कर रहे हैं, कोई सोच ही नहीं रहा है. ऐसी सिचुएशन आज हमारी सोसाइटी में आ गई है त्रिशा. तो क्यों ये चलता रहे? क्यों ऐसा हुआ कि एक 19 साल की प्रेग्नेंट मदर के साथ उसके पूरे खानदान को मार डाला गया, उसके बच्चे को मार डाला गया, उसके साथ गैंग रेप हुआ, लेकिन हम लॉ में अभी भी ये देख रहे हैं कि लॉ हमारे पास है कि नहीं कि उसके जिन्होंने ये उसके साथ किया उसको डेथ मिले. क्यों ऐसा हो रहा है? आई हैव वन मोर एग्जांपल. आई जस्ट वांट टू रीड इट आउट बिकॉज दिस इज व्हाट वी आर डीलिंग विद एवरी डे. So I don't want to get into the technicalities of rarest of rare. It is, every single case is rarest of rare. What happens when Soumya, 23-year-old Soumya was raped? And she was thrown out of the train. She was beaten, her head was smashed against the wall inside a coach. She was thrown out. Then that man jumps off the train. He drags her body into a shack and he rapes her.
You know, before starting, I do want to.
And the court doesn't give death penalty in that.
No, they've not. That's what we're reading out.
That is tragic.
See, look at Shakti Mills,
which I think Times Now needs to debate because there the Supreme Court has heard.
Yeah, and look at even Shakti Mill's gang rape case. There are so many cases. Yes, Trisha, sorry.
What I want to say is, you know, at the offset, I do want to apologize sincerely to Asha Devi. In no way was I trying to, you know, insinuate. I do believe, again, to reiterate, that death penalty was rightfully awarded to these convicts, and there should be no other, you know, alternate leniency provided to them at all. And when I spoke about rehabilitation, I'm not speaking about rehabilitation of rapists. I'm talking about rehabilitation of rape victims, because sadly I have met rape victims. I've met a child who's been raped. What I want to come back to is, you know, 36,000 odd cases of rape were reported last year, just reported statistics. Out of that, our conviction rate is 29% odd.
Are we genuinely saying by 15%?
Exactly? And then on top of that, rape, which 376B, which is rape of a husband upon his wife upon separation, is only 2 years. Criminalization, marital rape is not a crime in our country. So I understand how unfairly women are treated. It is not okay. It's not okay for women to be raped and and the reason I keep talking about how horrible healthcare is, to make people understand that a rape victim doesn't just go through brutality at the time of rape, but every instant after that. The whole process of seeking justice is horrible, is weighing in on her and her family.
So in a gruesome and high-profile case like Nirbhaya, it took 5 years.
Agree.
What happens?
Can you imagine the other cases? Because we go to court, we see how terribly, when I go with a 5-year-old who's been raped, on an average, it takes us 3 hours to even get a doctor to touch the child. And they call her a rape victim in front of her face, a child. So I truly understand that, we need more, we need deterrence. But are you telling me that out of the 29% conviction rate, we'll award death sentence to all of them? I think that's never going to happen in our country, where out of 36,000 only reported cases of rape, we are going to start awarding death sentences to all the convicted people. I wish that was happening.
Will it not take the statistic?
Time.
Do you not believe that will take the statistic down from 30-odd thousand?
If we got any sort of, my only thing is, if we got any sort of assurance
that these crimes stop,
if we got assurance that the convicted would be awarded with death sentence or life imprisonment, forget, because right now it's 7 years. They don't even award them 7 years for most cases. We saw the recent case where they awarded the person 3 years for raping a child. So what I'm trying to say is, if we got an assurity that they would award them with the harshest punishment, that the cases would be tried within a specific period of time, then asking for death sentence would really make sense, because it would serve as a deterrent.
That's my point.
We want the same thing, but how do we make sure that we go beyond just?
But that is the point. That is the point I'm trying to make. That is the point I'm also trying to make, that if you have a case like this, when you are sitting on this end of the spectrum, if you have to move somewhere towards the median, towards the center, you have to do something extremely radical. Not in this case.
Death sentence is 100%
not in this case. My argument is that any case, if there are 36,000 reported cases, 29% convictions, I am saying if you were to convict.
Do you ever see that happening in India?
But let's do it. That's what I'm pushing for. Because we need to do something that radical to get the society to understand that you can't assault anyone. That's my point. I'm just so worked up with this whole idea, because 2-year-olds, 3-year-olds, 5-month-olds.
Exactly. And I think
and those people get away with 2 years and 3 years.
There is no fear of the law. That is why a 2-year-old or a 5-month-old child is being raped, because they know there are so many loopholes in the legal system. With a good lawyer, you get away with it. There is no witness protection. There is so much of a witness threat that the cases don't get convicted. So what is required is definitely harsh punishment is required, but at the same time we definitely need to protect the victims. We definitely need to provide them compensation. It has to be a holistic approach. And one more thing, the definition of rape requires further modification. Because 376 also talks of a physical relationship under the garb of a marriage proposal. So those cases need to be separated, because they dilute the seriousness of a gang rape. They dilute the seriousness
What I'm
of
saying
a
is, when there is very clearly, when the conviction happens, you know under what act and for what reason the conviction has happened. I am saying, somebody, शिल्पी, मैं वापस आप पे आ रहा हूँ, आशा देवी जी, मैं ये कह रहा हूँ कि आज के हमारे समाज में जब तक ये नहीं कहा जाएगा, आज हमारे समाज में ऐसा होता है शिल्पी, जिसके साथ शोषण हुआ है, शर्म का सहरा उसके सर पर होता है, उसके परिवार पर।
For that the society is responsible.
सोसाइटी रिस्पॉन्सिबल है, पर मैं चाहता हूँ कि हमारे समाज में ये भी कहा जाए कि तुम मेरे साथ ऐसा करोगे तो फांसी का फंदा तुम्हारे गले में होगा, और गारंटी होगा। और जब तक ऐसा हम नहीं करते, यहां सुधार नहीं होने वाला। इनमें मौत का खौफ जब तक नहीं आएगा, ये नहीं सुधरेंगे, मुझे नहीं लग रहा है, क्योंकि 2-2 साल 3-3 साल की सजा आपने कहा ना।
पहले तो जो आपके पास चैनल में लोग बैठे हैं, अपने सोच को बदलेंगे, और जो ऐसे कह रहे हैं कि नहीं उनको माफ कर देना चाहिए, उनको छोड़ देना चाहिए, मैं सबसे पहले उनसे हाथ जोड़ के रिक्वेस्ट करती हूँ कि आप समाज में आइए, समाज की हालात देखिए, उस पे काम करिए, उन विक्टिमों से मिलिए, उन बच्चियों से मिलिए, फिर चैनल पे आके बात करिए कि किसको सजा मिलनी चाहिए और किसको छोड़ देना चाहिए।
जी,
एक बच्चे के साथ गलत होता है, उसके साथ घर में आती है, उसको घर में बंद कर दिया जाता है, उसको कहा जाता है कि तू मुंह काला करके आ गई। लेकिन मैं यही कहना चाहती हूँ कि यही शब्द उस मर्दों से पूछा जाए कि तुमने उस बच्ची के साथ ऐसा क्यों किया, तुमको समाज में रहने का कोई हक नहीं है, तुम्हें जीने का कोई हक नहीं है। फिर करुणानंदी जैसे लोग चैनल में बैठे और फैसला करें, कोर्ट फैसला करे ना करे, लेकिन ये फैसला जरूर करें कि किसको फांसी की सजा होनी चाहिए और किसको नहीं होनी चाहिए।
ये एक radical thought, ये एक और approach है. You know what she is trying to say? She is trying to say that somebody who comes out and claims that I was assaulted, put the onus on the person who has assaulted to come out and prove that I didn't do it. Burden of proof, but in this case what she is saying is कि वो आके सामने से पूछे कि तुमने क्या किया, because what she is trying to say is in this case the survivor at all points in time, their kin and at all stages, like you said,
in fact,
at every point they're asked,
saying that the survivor victim should not be brought again and again. The confrontation inquiry should not be done. The victim should not come and face the rapist. That is what these things are needed. Because in Shakti Mills gang rape case, the victim collapsed in the court because she had to face those rapists again.
ये तो फिर भी आप जो बात कह रहे हो ये कोर्ट में पहुंचने के बाद की बात है. The fact is हम ऐसा डिटरेंट चाहते हैं कि लोग सोचे भी ना कि ये वापस हो. एक रोहतक का केस आया था पिछले साल. Same woman was gang raped again by the same set of people
because she had gone and complained and lodged an FIR.
And Karuna, what do you propose happens in that case then? उन 4-5 लड़कों को इतना भी डर नहीं था कि वो एक बार किए, FIR फाइल हो गया, जेल चले गए, बेल मिल गई, बाहर आ गए, वापस से उसी लड़की के साथ वही किया. तो क्या करें? ये लोग तो नहीं सुधरने वाले ना. वो तो ये आ गए बाहर जेल के आ गए, फिर बोले अब इसको दिखाते हैं, हम सबक सिखाएंगे, कैसे इसने हमारा नाम ले दिया, कैसे इसने हमें जेल भेज दिया, इसको बताते हो. ये रोज की बात है, रोज आती है हमारे पास ऐसी स्टोरीज. तो क्या what do you suggest, Karuna? What should be done then? Can't sit and counsel these monsters.
You know, the stalking law at the moment, it doesn't give the magistrate the power to issue a restraining order. Even a restraining order, the magistrate sometimes they really want to issue a restraining order and they cannot because the law does not give them the power. At the first instance, stalking is bailable. All the entire police force.
This was actually gang rape twice.
Across, not even the most feminist. Most people believe that it should not be bailable at the first instance, at the very least. Now, you know, when you have somebody who's mentally ill and is, you know, some stalkers are mentally ill, the magistrate does not have the power very frequently to ask for that inquiry to take place. You know, the reason that the law is a mess is because on stalking is because when it went to the floor of
we are not talking about stalking here. What we are saying is
Karuna, what they are trying
in the case of Karuna,
they are re-raping the victims because why did they go and lodge an FIR? Karuna, the issue is
about something that works.
But we just want to quickly get in a word from Tehseen. I'm sorry because we keep losing the line with him. He's back, and before Tehseen, again that screen goes black. This is the question, Tehseen. What do you suggest? How are we going to stop these monsters? People are coming out of jail and raping the same victim again. That is the level it has gone to. They have no fear of law left anymore.
You know, I just want to say something. And I'm fighting a battle. My wife and I are fighting a battle. And I want to say something personally. Where we have somebody who works in our house and she's repeatedly being raped by her husband. The police do not register an FIR because no such law exists.
Yeah.
That too is a woman. You know, my wife and I are fighting that battle for this woman. Police don't exist in FIR. The husband cannot.
So let's turn around. Let's turn around and correct what is correct.
That marital rape is not an offence at the moment.
It's not even an offence.
So that is different. But when gang rape is an offence, first let us tackle that. Marital rape as on date
there is one more issue.
There
was one more issue that should shake the collective conscience of a fraternity that is supposed to be the upholder and the upkeeper of the law. That is the judiciary tonight. And to all those defense lawyers, I close this debate with this humble appeal as we bat to hang all the rapists, that when the defense lawyers know that they are actually going to bat for somebody who's committed the crime, they should recuse themselves and say, I will not take your case.
Absolutely.
Let them stop fighting. Let them stop fighting on behalf of those who believe that doing committing such acts of brutality is okay and that they can get away with it. Let those lawyers, I am reaching out to them and appealing, मत लीजिए इनके केस, मना कर दीजिए, फिर देखते हैं कैसे फांसी नहीं चढ़ते. Thank you very much.